Welcome back, Perfect Peeps, to AJ's Week in Web, where you can get all your web development news in 5 minutes or less. Hey there, Perfect Peeps. Welcome back. I just want a quick reminder, if you ever need to look up a Week in Web, you can go into the blog section on AJ on Imperfect Solutions. You can also use the magnifying glass and search for Week in Web, and you will see all of the results listed and all of the items that you might like to look for. You may also like to just subscribe directly to the channel on YouTube, and there is a list of playlists out there for AJ's Week in Web as well. Thanks so much for watching, and here's this week's Week in Web. First up is a reminder just to take a look at the state of JavaScript and start the survey. So as you can see, it'll just prompt you with different questions that you've seen or used. So grammar of JavaScript, you can then jump into the language next. Another huge shout out for all of you newcomers into the web atmosphere. If you haven't heard of it, freeCodeCamp is an amazing program that's set up. It's done by Quincy Larson, and he put out a podcast with the folks at Changelog, so go ahead and check that out. Also, make sure you go to freecodecamp.org. They have tons and tons of articles and blog posts and videos. As you can see here, there's 40,000 different graduates. If you haven't heard this, GitHub has released their mobile beta. I am kind of bummed because I'm an Android user, so I am still waiting for mine, but the iOS platform is ready to give a test out for it. So sign up today. Let me know how that looks on iOS. I might do a little hack and get it onto my iPad, hopefully. A little bit of sad news out of the G Suite side of the camp from Google. Google Fusion tables will be shut down. I used to use this quite a bit with some visualizations, but they do seem to have some map visualization features coming that they mentioned here in the link. Give that a read and make sure you move your Fusion tables if you still have them floating around there. Also on Google's blog, they mentioned a new Android app to Google Assistant. So you can add those normal actions that maybe you've been playing around with the Google Assistant, and you can add it to directly deep link into your apps now. I'll post out both the actions and the new app details and links on the blog. Something super fun is Cloud Code. And if you are into Kubernetes, this might help your workflow process a little bit. This is, for me, a huge bonus on the VS Code side of things. The VS Code Quick Start Guide will walk you through how to set up the Cloud Code example with a Hello World template. And it will explain how you can use this with all of your Kubernetes examples that you might be using across the different clouds. And once you connect in, you can see that the Docker setup is used across all of it. It's pretty amazing once you start debugging the app and really get used to it. It's almost like it's that extra feature that I've been missing. I struggle with the CLI commands and remembering them, but it allows kind of that VS Code type of feel, so I can jump from coding directly into a Kubernetes setup. So pretty awesome. Check that out. Hit me back and let me know what you think of it. Huge shout out to Gene Kim. The Unicorn project has released. I've been waiting for this one. I heard it rumored for a while now. If you don't know who Gene Kim is, but you have read the Phoenix Project, that is the author. Gene did a fantastic job with the Phoenix Project. I read this book a few years ago now, but oh my gosh, it was hilarious to read how close it was with my actual work life at the time. So I'm super eager to check out the new Unicorn Project and exactly where the new digital disruptions are happening, and just for a great read. Thanks so much, Gene. Something super exciting coming out of AWS is an announcement about the new Deep Racer League for 2020 that is kicking off. I'll put the link out here if you haven't heard of it. It's basically how to get hands-on experience with reinforcement learning, but it's also an amazing league that's starting up with basically thousands of people joining this thing. Finally, I wanted to talk about AWS Reinvent. It's the huge, massively huge event happening for AWS right now. There's some amazing things coming out of the event, and it's especially around 5G. I will cover that in more detail in the next Week in Web. I want to get a little bit more hands-on and in-depth on some of those items. Thanks so much for watching AJ's Week in Web. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can catch next week's Week in Web.